Hey, it's James, Father's Rights and Resources, hashtag how I got custody. I've talked about this before, but in different kind of ways, but I think this is a way to get it across to you. The reason a newspaper has headlines to the story is so they grab your attention and they compel you or try and convince you to read the details of the story, okay? A newspaper doesn't just have small print everywhere and no big headlines. They want you to skim. You'll skim through the headline and then say, oh, that looks interesting, or that looks boring, that looks boring. And they grab your attention. You know, news flash or exclamation mark, you know, so-and-so, you know, I don't know, Red Sox win World Series, or, you know, you see some major news happen and they have a big catchy headline. That's how you get somebody's attention. Advertisers do it. They have a jingle, or they have some kind of wowzer intro to the commercial that grabs your attention. Yet, when you go to family court, the average dad goes in there, well, let me go back to the beginning, Your Honor. Me and the mother were dating, and we were getting along just fine at first. And then we decided we were going to have a baby. And, you know, it was difficult having a judge. The judge is asleep already, dummy. You want to go into court and give them bullet points or headlines. Your Honor, I'm going to show and demonstrate that the mother is mentally ill. She has a problem with alcohol. The entire environment for the child is toxic, and she's psychologically abusing the child, which is even worse than physical abuse at times. And this is that type of abuse. And the mother is so manipulative that she has the child in a constant state of anxiety. Then you get into the details. Some of you guys want to tell a snooze fest of a story, because you just got to tell your entire story because you're so downtrodden that nobody listened to you that you want to turn your court hearing into a counseling session. You have to be wise about this. You are talking, when you go in front of a judge or a magistrate or a commissioner or a friend of the court, you're going in front of a total stranger who does not give a flying frick about you or your kid. They don't give a damn. You have to grab their attention. You are a number. You are a sheep or cattle going to the slaughterhouse where women usually slaughter men, or a man who initiated or got on right from the jump. He came out the gate swinging, and he manipulated the system and bamboozled a down-to-earth good woman. You're going to a slaughterhouse. You don't get to go in there and say what everybody, oh, Your Honor, best interest of the child. I'm a good dad, and my family loves me, and I go to work on time, and I work really hard at my job, and all this irrelevant, stupid-ass bullcrap that everybody loves blabbing on and on about, and you're not winning the court over. You want at least bullet points, especially if you go into ex parte. Ex parte, you really have like a minute to talk sometimes to get their attention. The emergency courtroom, Your Honor, the mother's a flight risk. She threatened to take the child to Europe or to her time sharing in the Caribbean. I will never see the kid again unless you order that we have to stop, unless you order that we can't take the child out of the county or out of the state. Or, you know, you go in there and say, Your Honor, the mother is living with a registered sex offender or is allowing abusive, violent felons around the kid. The mother's abusing the kid. She's got an alcohol problem. She's driven drunk with the child. And then you go and explain each one of those. Some of you guys go in there and you say, and then you go in there and you start off your argument with the least worst issue. Because you're personally offended and you're personally in your feelings because you thought you won an argument with the mother, so you want to win it in court. And you're so stupid that you're caught up in your ego and wanting to win the argument so bad that you're not thinking about your child and getting your child. Do you want to go to court and win every little argument, or do you want to get control of your child? Do you want to win an argument, or do you want to get your kid? You go into court and you say the most horrendous thing the mother's doing and like if I go into ex parte, I'm going to say like my baby's mom. Your Honor, my baby's mom, she abuses use of conflict. There's 191 factors, RCW 2609, 191. That's why you want to know the law going in there. She's abusing the use of conflict. She's withholding the child. I'll start off saying, Your Honor, the mother is a child abuser, and it's one of the worst kinds of child abuse. And she has an alcohol problem, and then she leaves the child around. She leaves the child in the presence of a bunch of drunk, violent folks. My baby's mom used to have parties at her house, and she'd have athletes over there, and some of them were knuckleheads, some of them were good guys, and they'd all be drinking and partying over there, and my daughter's in that environment. And I don't drink alcohol, and I don't party, so it's a better environment. But I'll come out the gate swinging and say, look, the mother's manipulating the child. I had a bond with the child. I was seeing the child almost every day, and then she ripped the child away, and the child hasn't seen me. That's traumatic to a child. All the science shows it. And this is actually probably even worse than physical abuse, because bruises and scars heal within weeks. Traumatic events cause psychological disorders that hinder your cognitive functioning. It traumatizes you and puts you in a state of chemical shock or whatever. And then I just go on and on about the other details. But I gave the bullet points. So like if I'm talking about something, they'll say, well, wait a minute. You said this other thing over here. What was the issue with that? If I give them bullet points or headlines coming out of the gate, then they won't stop me. Like a lot of you guys, you don't give bullet points or headlines. You start saying, well, you know, I was at the mother's house the other day, and then at first she wasn't going to give me the kid. And then I had to argue with her for a while to get the kid. And then if you look at this text message, she's saying, I don't really like you right now. I don't like your girlfriend and blah, 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 blah. And she has a boyfriend who's a child molester, and your dumbass is waiting to bring that up at the end like that's some kind of punchline. And the judge stops you in the middle. Okay, you're done. Time's up. Next person. You're like, but I didn't get a chance to tell you. Your time's up. Your dumbass is so stupid that you didn't think it was important to tell the judge the most dangerous thing that the mother is to the child and give a summary up front. Like even when you do like a presentation in class or a paper or a speech, watch a TED Talk. They come out with a big zinger or a headline. Why wouldn't you do that in court? Because you lose your freaking brain cells and you're caught up in your feelings like a woman. And this is all, you're still riding the last argument you had with her, and you want to win the argument so bad because she was wrong and she's a narcissist and she's in denial. You want to prove that she's wrong instead of engaging in the warfare tactics that will get you your kid. And I'm being harsh because guys watch my videos and they let it go over their head and they don't absorb it and they don't get a consult with me. They wait until a day before their trial or after their hearing when they get screwed, and then they learn these techniques and stuff after the fact. Why would you go into a job interview and not prepare for it ahead of time? Why would you be a football player that doesn't study film when you have film of the other team to know their plays and their tendency? If you know their plays, like we had a rivalry school when I was in high school, and one of our coaches went and scouted the other school, and their star running back, when it was a running play, he was on his toes in a three-point stance in the backfield. When there's a pass play, he was on his heels. So every play, we say, hey, we'd call pass or run, and we knew the play ahead of time. Why wouldn't you want to do that? You would be a dumbass to have that knowledge and not employ it or implore it in your football game or whatever. Know about a company, know every detail about the products if you're going to be a salesman before a job interview. Why would you not? So many freaking guys, it's so freaking... You are sabotaging your own case because you're a lazy-ass bitch who doesn't want to get off your ass and fight for your kid. Why don't you care enough about your kid to exercise burn some calories in your brain and get some help and learn how to do this stuff one-on-one or learn what actually worked for other people? Why are you just watching my videos and, oh, that sounds great. I hope I can do that at court. Why are you not taking what somebody did? Like if you want custody or 50-50, why are you not? I just showed another testimony where dad just got custody. And then the last testimony I showed where somebody texted or emailed me, it was 50-50. But he had sole decision making. Why would you watch that and say, oh, that's really cool? Why are you so disassociated where you're like, that's what I want. Maybe I should do what they did. You watch somebody who lost 100 pounds and you're 200 pounds overweight. Wow, that's good for them. But then you don't think, I wonder what they did because I want to lose weight. You don't give a shit about yourself. You watch my videos and see that people won, and you don't call me to find out how it works or get some detail or take some notes. You don't give a shit about your kids. So stop pretending that you do. If you want to fight, fight. If you don't want to, then just quit on your kids and make your life less stressful. Use headlines and think smart of how to